Yes.
Basically good
Right.
hemispheric balance.
That's it.
On the right and the left side. A lot of
strong enough.
Beta activity. A little bit of alpha flickering out there. By far the most activity
in my hands now.
up in the beta
Beginning to
range.
shake. That's beginning to shake.
Little spots of alpha beginning to come in.
Slightly.
Which is indicative of open, passive states.
Wants to go one way or the other.
A lot more alpha. Just
pretty strong.
Touch.
A bit more. It's gone over.
We basically began with this alpha blocking state, which is this pattern right here. As you can see, there's no alpha right here. We have a lot of beta and a lot of delta, okay? Very calm, passive aware state. Now, after we began to douse and move towards the water source, a definite change did take place, which is as such. We moved to this pattern over here, where we have the basic configuration again of the alpha blocking, but this time, as you can see, a small alpha spike comes into the middle. Now, this alpha spike represents a below the threshold stimulus trying to break into awareness. This is indicative of what we might call an ESP phenomena starting to come through to consciousness. The alpha represents a very open and natural state.
Well, that's very reassuring for me, John, because I've always thought it as a very natural thing.
Scientifically speaking, some outside event must take place to trigger off these mental and physical reactions. Some signal that says, water is here. Basically, there are two theories about this signal. Either it comes from within the electromagnetic spectrum, with the body acting in some way like a radio receiver, or there's some kind of physical energy involved, not yet known to science. Harry Lovegrove is an electronics engineer who may be on the verge of a breakthrough with the electromagnetic theory. Believing the human body can sense minute changes in microwave heat coming up from the Earth's core, he has developed an artificial way of reproducing this phenomenon by laying down electromagnetic lines. However, before he demonstrated this, an independent dowser was asked to come in and locate an area free from ground disturbance.
I'm dowsing across the yard. There's absolutely nothing here. This area is completely clear. I can feel something coming up. There's something here. Well, that's the main drain. You can see it there. That's running right through the yard this way. And this is absolutely clear over here.
Now, to a dowser, the whole of the ground would appear to be as though it was made of a plate glass, frosted glass, and heat from below, when it passes pipes or water or anything which can disturb the rays from beneath, will cause a shadow on the surface. Now, what I have here is a piece of apparatus which I've designed and built. It gives out an electromagnetic wave which causes a shadow on the ground exactly the same way as a natural shadow is caused by a pipe or anything else interfering with the radiation coming up from below. So having got the machine exactly level, which is very, very critical, I shall now try and set this beam down, switch on, and now this beam is slowly affecting the ground, and after a minute or two, this will lay down a shadow pattern across the ground which anybody can dowse for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
After the machine was removed, the dowser returned to see if he could detect the electromagnetic line. He did so with 100% accuracy.
And it's on a line through there.
Mr. Lovegrove's microwave experiment seems to have been proven out.
However, even if subsequent research independently substantiates Harry Lovegrove's theories, it's unlikely that he's come up with the whole answer. Occasionally, a handful of the very best dowsers do things so mysterious that they're quite beyond explanation. Take, for instance, their use of the pendulum. Now, there are a number of substantiated cases of where, using a pendulum like this, dowsers have discovered the exact location of crashed airplanes, missing people, murder victims, stolen goods, and so on. One dowser who's renowned for such feats is Bill Lewis of Abergavenny in South Wales. Over a period of 3 years now, I've conducted a series of tests with him to find out just how accurate he is and how often he achieves these apparently supernatural results. He's one of the people who believes that ancient standing stones in many parts of the world were built above the crossing of underground streams. Now, I'd heard that a number of these stones existed in New England, but as they're not marked on maps there, I didn't know where to look for them. So Bill Lewis noted down where he thought they'd be, and in the end he gave me some 55 archaeological features all over the United States for me to go and check up on. And that I did. I went round the States on a round trip, and I took photographs wherever I went, trying to find out whether he was right or whether he was wrong. And if you consider the odds against finding anything when you're dotting a pencil onto maps covering an area of 9,500 square miles, the other side of the Atlantic, the results that Bill Lewis came up with are truly remarkable. Overall, he was 40% accurate, and this included finding 3 hitherto undiscovered standing stones in Vermont, one of them the tallest yet found. This 40% success rate recurred on a number of occasions during the experiments I carried out during that 3-year period, and I've been forced to the conclusion that there are really 2 elements to dowsing. One of them you might call psychical, the kind of work that Bill Lewis and other people get up to, where you can't rely on it, but it does happen sometimes, and it's a fact that can't be ignored. The other one is practical, physical, water dowsing particularly. That, I guess, has been going on since the dawn of mankind, and it's still providing the livelihood for experts like Stan Shepherd of Devon.
I go onto the site, and by my rods, my steel rod, I react where the water is flowing, inasmuch that I turn around until I locate it. Keep myself turning. I'm eliminating any small streams or difficult subsurface water. I've got it there. I know my water course is running down in that area. I know then that I've got to go to it to find its nearest edge. I'm getting closer now. I'm feeling something, and I've hit it. Now then, I have to go further on and work back to it again. Now I've got to go towards the actual water course itself again. Then it's got me. So I then back onto into the center of the course. By going across it like this, I can hit the center of it. That's right in the center. I do that 4 times to strike the actual point of drilling.
When Stan Shepherd first started his own water drilling company, his was the smallest of 7 local operators. Today, none of the other companies are still in business. So confident was he in his dowsing ability that he worked on the basis of no water, no fee. And after 50 years, he can still claim that he has never drilled a dry well. We've seen dowsers from many walks of life. They claim that the ability to dowse is perfectly natural, a sixth sense, latent in everyone. But like most things, it takes time and experience to master. Because science cannot yet explain how dowsing works, it has been at best disbelieved, at worst branded as witchcraft and magic. There's a lot more research and investigation that will have to be done to evaluate these phenomena. Nature is always slow to reveal her secrets, and when she does, she usually does so in small stages.
Coming up next, 20th Century with Mike Wallace reports on the worldwide spread of industrial pollution and the dangers we now face from global warming. Then Weapons at War tracks the 6th century evolution of artillery cannons. And later tonight, what happened to the Neanderthal cave dwellers? History's Mysteries investigates at 8 here on the History Channel, where the past comes alive.